Yes, I know it's a Kirby game, the story is literally the last thing that matters, but I still want to talk about it. So let's just be clear that almost everything I say in this video will have an approximate 0% effect on your enjoyment of this game. Also, spoilers are ahead, but come on, it's Kirby. Forgotten Land begins as a Kirby reverse isekai, where Fantasyland Kirby is sucked into our dilapidated world, overrun by vicious wildlife after an extinction event wipes us out. Or 2027. I guess it's open to interpretation if the Forgotten Land takes place on Earth, but then if the Beast Pack built up all this architecture, why would they let it fall to ruin? So in my mind, the Beast Pack either mauled us all to death, or a far more ancient calamity rid the Earth of humans. I love that Kirby is in our world now, because it allows him to interact with more technologically advanced transformations, because unfortunately, Dreamland isn't really known for its urban municipalities. It also clearly states that the story is here to serve the gameplay, which is the right choice that many a JRPG fail to understand. The premise is just to have a fun setting for the level design and gameplay, and that's really all the story a Kirby game needs. But if you don't already know that this is going to end by fighting a god for the fate of the universe, then welcome to your first Kirby game. That's always been the narrative appeal of Kirby games to me, even though this is my first one. How it begins with something like, "Kirby's lost his yummy cake. Can you help him find it? I think that dastardly DDD might be up to his old tricks again." And then over the course of a few hours, it snowballs into,
"I, Imperilix, will rend this universe asunder. Your stars will be snuffed out. Your planets will shatter. This existence, and all those beyond it, will evaporate before my omnipotent will. You, who would dare challenge he who will slay the gods, what say you?"
Like Kingdom Hearts, I enjoy the story of Kirby for its absurdity, but unlike Kingdom Hearts, I think humor is the desired effect. My guess is, HAL Labs is keenly aware that it's ludicrous that this adorable little puffball is canonically the strongest character in Smash Bros, and they spend the mainline games leaning into that idea, always wanting to up the stakes on what Kirby is capable of destroying. He's essentially Nintendo Superman, and I would very much like to imagine that there's a parody fanfiction of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, where Mario says, "If there is even a 1% chance he is our enemy, then we have to take it as an absolute certainty." Another Kirby trope is how the cute character you meet in the first 10 minutes turns out to be the evil god you must kill. This time that character is Elfilin. From a visual point of view, he's charmingly cute, but this is Kirby, so even the text boxes have to be cute. Elfilin is the crux of the story. The game hinges on you liking his character and being invested in him, so you'll feel determined to save him at the end of the second act. Sadly, I'm not. So while Elfilin is your companion and just a delight to look at, I'm not invested in his character because there's no reason for me to be. Yes, he is cute, but this is a franchise overflowing with cuteness, so I'm kind of numb to it from the second Kirby shows up. I don't particularly care about him because he doesn't help me at all. He has no use in gameplay and he's not even visible on screen, even though it's implied that he's following me around. I wish Elfilin had some unique ability during gameplay, like Cappy from Mario Odyssey. Actually, now that I think about it, Cappy is just Kirby. Maybe he could give us teleportation as a foreshadowing to his final reveal, but you would have to design the whole game around that gimmick, so it's a bit impractical. Let's talk about DDD for a little bit. I really love this redesign, how his bright, boisterous red and blue color scheme has been dimmed, the smears and tatters on his undershirt and hammer, the tribal face paint and scarlet feathers poking up from his collar. It gives off the impression that DDD has been stuck in the Forgotten Lands for decades. I wonder if Elflin's abilities mess with time, because this DDD looks absolutely grisly, like that cartoonishness was sucked out of him and replaced with barbarian savagery. What's more, did DDD straight up die at the end there? I know there's no way this is the last time we'll see him, but he doesn't come back at the end, So if I'm sure they didn't kill him at the end, because that would be like Nintendo killing off Bowser, what was the point? It's a heroic sacrifice, but there's no way it's real, right? I'm going to go with the logical conclusion that he'll just be back in the next game with no logical explanation, because Kirby is hardly an evolving story, so I guess it's pretty pointless and a cop-out. I really do hate that fake death, but I guess if there's one thing I hate more than fake death, it's fake death without explaining how he survived. But maybe he really is dead, in which case, hats off, Nintendo. Like I said at the start, the story in a Kirby game doesn't matter, so by extension, neither does this video. Still, Kirby in the Forgotten Land delivers another fantastic snowball effect of a Kirby story, going from the stakes of finding Nemo to Avengers Endgame, leading to a hilariously over-the-top ending with the expected levels of cuteness and a few morbid undertones. Kirby in the Forgotten Land will give you a wide variety of reasons to smile.